I'm gonna fix it one more little piece right there, and gonna make this a little bit more visible. And there we go. I think we kind of got it figured out. Other than I need to figure out how to turn this light on. If I can remember. Okay, there we go. That's on. So that gives a little extra light. And here's what we got. We got a stick. Yeah, it's just a stick. You know, you can beat people with it, I suppose. You probably do whatever you want. You know, if you're kind of a jerk of a person and you just think somebody should be beat with it, I suppose you could do that. I'm not going to judge you. You know, I mean, I might judge you a little bit and tell you it's horrible. You're horrible and hope you get hit by a train, but I probably wouldn't do that. I'm a nice guy. But you know, I mean, you woke up this morning with an attitude like, hey, I'm going to be a jerk. This might be the thing you want. You know, I mean, you can't hit people with it. You know, there's no doubt. How the heck did I get 6 likes already? That's pretty awesome. I appreciate you guys being here. Possum, Michael S. Superfan, Tony Newton, Billy Shoemate, Ray and Sandy's Woodworking, Plywood, Raja Bende, Gohana, Heidi Shoop, Billy, heck yeah, glad to see you guys in there. Hey, Johnny, what do you know? Okay, guys, here's what I got. I got a stick. And, you know, you contemplate different things you could do with a stick. I mean, you know, you could use it for, you know, to get spider webs down. You know, say, you know, like that looks like there's a little bit of a spider web on the end of there now, you know. You know, a couple other options. You know, you just beat somebody with it. I mean, there's all kinds of, you could use it to get balloons out of a tree, you know, maybe if there's a cat in a tree, you throw it at him and knock him out. But for cases of this here stick, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve. And I was going to carve a face here. And the more I think about it, I want to go further down with the face. And maybe leave room for a morel on the top. That'd be kind of neat. I've never carved a morel walking stick. And don't get me wrong, I don't know why anybody would. You can buy one about anywhere. They got them everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. And up front, disclaimer, this is Sycamore. Sycamore is the most awfulest wood to carve in the world. It's hard as a rock, super tight grain. It's kind of like, you know, trying to steal an aircraft carrier. Not the easiest thing to do. Now, if you're trying to steal an aircraft carrier from, say, North Korea, I don't think that'd be too hard. You know, I mean, the North Koreans are just haven't really shown, you know, exuberant intelligence qualities. You know, so I mean, it could be. You know what I mean? It could be. But, you know, not everybody's a rocket scientist, and we have to accept that. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with a morel here, and then, because I'm a nice guy and I like to keep these things continuing, after that, we're going to put a face underneath of him, you know, what you guys would call wood spirit. But that's a horrible idea because wood doesn't have spirit. That said, maybe something along that ways, you know, eyes, nose, chin, head, shoulders, knees and toes, something along that perspective. So, once I get done knocking things down over here, let me sit down, and I'll start with the morel. I'll zoom in a little bit, and we'll see what we can do. You guys just be sure to hit the like button and drive us live pretty good. Hey, Matthew, what's going on? Glad to see you. Heck yeah. All right, pretty good group here. What happened? Somebody already did something. I can't see what it is. Okay. Looks like Raja give us some money. Hey, Raja, we appreciate that. And if you guys haven't checked out Raja Bende Gohana, I love watching Raja. I don't get to watch him much because he's on the other side of the world. And, you know, usually I'm in bed for most of the time when Raja's he makes shovel handles and tool handles and things of that nature. And every now and then he'll do some kind of lathe carving art. But I love watching Raja when I can. And he makes some neat stuff. And really the tools he's using are fairly primitive, but compared to a lot of modern stuff. But man, he knows how to use the tools he has very excellently. So let me start out with KUTZALL, flamer burr, and we'll get this thing going. You guys hit the like, help me out. Let's get as many likes going as we can. And I'll shut up and carve. Say, shut up and carve, Bob. We don't hear you talk all night. If we didn't hear you talk all night, we'd have turned on Jay Leno or Joe Rogan or something. You know, I get it. I know. I agree. Okay, let's see what we can do here. you know, suggest that they get into wood carving, you might suggest that they got into wood carving, give them a piece of sycamore. What I can tell you though is, that's positive, is that sycamore is so hard, and you can count on that this walking stick will be around a long time. So that's the upside to it. Now I do have some yard sale Dremel. I picked up some old Dremel MULTIPRO Dremel tools from a neighbor down the road yesterday, and at some point in time I think we'll test them out on this live. See how we see in there. Hell, you can't even see what I'm doing, can you? Okay, I better fix that. All right, I probably zoomed out too far. Here, there we go. Let's try that. Yeah, I know. People, I say, hey, this guy's just playing with the stick. A good base to start with, you know, and we'll just keep right on and going. Like I said, if you haven't hit the like already, be sure and hit it, and we'll keep right on and going with this. Our goal is always to get 100 likes. If I can get 100 likes, I'm happy. So when I look at this, I want to get the morel as fast as I can, and so I'm thinking about this. How do I do it? One way that I could make this go fairly fast is to cut down, just work on one side, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to work on one side and make it a one-sided, kind of leaning off to one side, which would be natural anyway. I got to hold that a little bit. But it's a hardwood, and it makes a great walking stick, but it's a hardwood. Not only that, people see you coming with something like this, they're more prone to take you seriously. Yeah, some aspects of the world we live in, it's pretty crazy. I was talking to the kids the other day, the wife and the kids, about getting them burning the lockers. You know, because nobody wants to carry guns, not really. And at the same time, those things are designed to incapacitate somebody enough to de-escalate a situation. And so I told them, look, if you guys would be comfortable with those, with what they do, maybe you ought to try them. And there's other stuff. There's other ones there's other brands that, Fern is just the one that I hear about a lot. They're made in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and that's just Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck talks about them a lot. Advertising. I've been having a problem with this thing overheating, and it's getting pretty warm now, so I don't know how it's going to go. But I'm just going to keep using it. And I mean, I got all these other tools over here I can use. I'll tell you what though, since I started pressing more seriously, I'm getting somewhere, ain't I? The weird thing with this stick though is the way it's bent, it's not perfectly round, and so I'm having to jiggle it around a good bit, just trying to get it in the position I want it in. Now, like I said, if you haven't hit the like button already, be sure to hit it. Help us out, help the channel out. All right, I think I'm getting somewhere with that stage to where I'm pretty close. It's just been kind of a hassle because the stick is weird, and as I'm trying to turn it, Alright, so I think my basic mushroom shape, I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm going to go ahead and start kind of working this down, clean this edge up real good. If you haven't hit the like button yet, be sure to hit it. And we'll keep right on to going. Just got to get some curvature into this. Honestly, I kind of like to see my stem just a little bit smaller than that. I think I'm gonna go down. I've never made a walking stick with a flex shaft before, so this is the first time for me. That's why if you look at my thumbnail for this live stream, it's just a picture of this stick, and it says what the, because I didn't know what the heck I was gonna do. Or what the heck I was doing for that matter. How about that? Alright. So now that we got that down, we got that thing cut down that far to make the morel, I think it's time. Let's go ahead and we'll try out one of these. Like I said, I got them in the yard sale. Here's one of them, MULTIPRO variable speed. They're the exact same item. The two of them are exactly the same. And I have one. The one I have already is a Moto. It's a Model 395, which I would think that these are probably the same thing. Just maybe these are a little older than the one I had. And they're all old to begin with. I got the one I got originally from my father-in-law, and he didn't use it, you know. I mean, well, he did a little bit, you know, but not now. I mean, he didn't use one, and he didn't really need it, so I ended up with it, because I use it all the time for stuff. I use this one out in the carving shanty if I need to use an eighth or something. So this is one of them. And I haven't used either one of these. All I did was plug them in and see if they work. I can't get that bit to start, so I wonder if something's in. Looks like something's in a hole on that one. Yeah, actually that one it does. It looks like something's in a hole. Well, I guess I'll have to set that one off to the side, because I didn't bring you guys all the way here from wherever you came from, you know, to watch me do a repair show, you know. At least I don't think so. I mean, some of you might be interested in that. That's what I was saying. But that said, whatever you're interested in, be sure to hit the like button. And we'll keep right on going. The first phase of this project is to make a morel mushroom out of this cane. Or in the top of this cane, I should say. And we're going to try this. And you know, they might not make it. I don't know. You know, I mean, this stuff is old. I mean, look at that, the cord's starting to come loose. It's got tape on it. I mean, it looks like something I would own. But let's see. If it comes on, so we'll cut the grooves in with it and see how it goes.
gotta tell you, so far, this is looking like, hey, I appreciate that, Joshy. What the heck, man? Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Hope you subscribe, my man. Anyway, this is probably going to be one of the nicest morels I've ever made. The one I'm making in this walking stick. Let's see if I can get this up here. That's awesome, Joshy. I appreciate you, man. I don't know what happened. It froze up for a second. At least on my end. You guys still see me all right? We looking all right? How's it looking? Is it working now? Somebody give me thumbs up. Thumbs up's what I'm looking for. Thumbs up. Are we all good? Thumbs up. Okay, good. I don't know what happened. I'm glad I was looking at it. It just went blank. I don't know. So everybody's home. And if I was betting, one of the kids is on an online game or something. And we need to update our router. Because we're paying for 5G service, and we got a 2G router. Makes sense of that. But I told the boss lady about it. She's the one that's got to do it, because I don't have time during the day to mess with that. That's looking pretty good though. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just trying to make sure I got it on the camera. Yeah, it's looking good. It's probably the best morel carving I've ever made. Let's see. Just trying to make sure and leave no spots unturned on it. There was actually a bunch right here. But that looks pretty good. That's pretty good looking morel carving from my opinion. And I found a lot of morels, and that's not bragging. I have the video catalog to prove. In fact, I found so many morels this past spring, I stopped making videos. I didn't have time. I've got a whole nother video from the end of this year's morel season that I'll probably wait to put out till March of next year, just kind of get things going. Get everybody excited. Heck yeah, that looks good. Look, I just set that down and left it on. That's funny stuff, isn't it? Anyway, so here's a close-up of the morel. I dug the stem out some, and I suppose I could work it down some more. I'm telling you, this is some hard wood. Sycamore is hard. So, the next thing I want to do, and I'll have to put it down to do it, and actually, I honestly kind of had an idea about maybe screwing it down, but I don't think that's going to be the way. We'll just kind of move over here. I'll try to remember. Let me look at the holes real quick where I'm zoomed in at. So I gotta stay in between here and here. Okay. All right, I think I can do that. I'll zoom in and start making a face in it. Let's see how this goes. I'll tell you what, let me get a center line. See, that's where the face is going to be. I'll tell you what. Man, Man, I keep setting that thing down with it running. That's funny. I think it's funny. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, I gotta put my glasses on. I'm gonna have to stand up above it to see it. And that's a halfway seat. I don't know. It's a little tight, considering this piece is so long. Yeah, just leave it like that and call it the mouth. What do you think? No, but I could. Anyway, if you haven't hit the like yet, hit it. What are you waiting for? Not too bad so far for a tool I bought at a yard sale, you know. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm not left-handed. Pretty good so far, you know. I mean, getting a kind of cave in there, you know, not too bad, not too good, somewhere in the middle. That said, be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. We're up to 64 in a half hour. I'd really like to get to 100. I think we can do that. kind of got his eye sockets. Got his eye sockets and his nose pretty well figured out. Side profile's not bad. Looks like I need to lose a little bit right there. And we'll dig down in it. We'll start giving him a beer in the mouth. I think I'm going to give him an open mouth. Okay, so, what's that? We'll call this Frank. We're going to call this Frank, the long mustache. I don't know. Something around. Frank, the long-faced jalapeno. How about this? Heck yeah, Frank the long-faced jalapeno. That's what I'm going for. I give it to the mouth. I'm gonna go back to the VEVOR flex shaft, change my bits out here real quick, and take this KUTZALL burr out, or extreme flame burr out, and go to this pointy coarse burr and keep on going with him. But I'm enjoying making him. It's kind of fun little piece. Like I said, if you haven't hit the like already, be sure and hit it. We're up to 72. It's pretty good. We'll take that. We're going for 100. Gets in there. They get a little rash out of that there. Sometimes that happens. Okay. So where's my good visual? Okay, right in there. mustache wise, it's kind of hard to see because it's a really wet wood. But that's it. It's coming along pretty good. I can't complain. Do a finer bit now. I'll try to get a little closer view of what we got going. It's kind of hard to see. I guess I'd like to give him some brow first. Before I switch over, let me go ahead and do that. I think my basic face, now I'm gonna try to get some more detail in there, give him like some beard lines and stuff like that. But kind of the basic face, hey, there's something in his mouth. Turned over, he wasn't that hungry, you know. But basic face, it'd be a lot easier to see once I start pulling some lines to it. But that's it, it's kind of cool. Not too bad. Morel on the top, face on the bottom. What are we up to, 79? We need 21 more lights. Help us out with that. Okay, let me change my bits out real quick. Go to a magnifying bit. looking. I got one I can't, the one I really want I can't reach. It's like I got it, got back into, here I'll use the spear. This'll work. This pointy spear, we'll use that one. Yeah, I can see it now. Drop it, break my morel off. Here I was bragging about how hard a wood that was, you know, and next thing you know, it don't have nothing on it. You can have that happen, I suppose. Okay, we're going to use this especially for the head hair. Get this back up here. Okay, zoom out a little bit. All right. Let's see what we can do. Thinking, can you even see what's going on there? No, not really. Let's get it right about there. We'll try that. See that all right in that position? Yeah, it looks like it. there. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Keep the case open. See if I can't close that case. There we go. Ah, it's like spring loader. Okay, there we go. We figured it out. This guy needs yet is some eyeballs, and maybe after that we'll give him a little bit of eye line too. But I think all in all, he's looking pretty good. The nose is a little rough, but it's a little hard for him to see that close up and get an idea of it. But that's that. Hey, 84, 816 likes. What the heck? Let's get them. Help us out. That looks a little better on the eyes, or the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and give this guy some eyeballs. Change bits out here real quick. And we use our smallest man-paw eye cutter tool. Provided I can find it. And then of course this webbed in with a bunch of others. How about that? I should be neater, and I suppose as I get time, I will be. I just haven't had time. And those things are getting close to the end, or things will be a little easier for me to keep up. But you'll have that in life. This is the way it is. I don't really care. I like staying busy. That's pretty important to me. All right. So there we go with that. Let's give him some eyes. Right there. Got it? Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. Alright. I want to say I want to be right here. Alright, we're getting. Now we got him some eyes. And that's just the way they are. They burn the holes in. So it's awful black looking, you know, it is what it is. But let's go ahead and give him some eye lines right through here just to make him look old. Help him look old. Not necessarily wise, just old. I mean, there's certain things he would know, like don't touch poison ivy, and you know, keep your mouth shut when the cops come, things like that. You know what I mean? But for the most part, just because he's old, don't make him wise. Don't pick up a rattlesnake. You know, some things. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know this stuff. You know.
so the bottom line is, he isn't wearing any age-defying makeup, you know, so he ends up having, you know, some old age spots, you know, whatever. You know, it's kind of what it is. You know, we're just trying to make him look like he might have some sense. I don't know about that nose. It's kind of got a little bit of Indian nose. I think I need to cut it down just a little bit more. But I don't know. I could just leave it like that. I mean, who cares? It was just something to do. And the same with the morel. I mean, that morel looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. It come out pretty good overall. But that's not bad. You know, walking stick. You know, not only that, I mean, somebody comes up to you, run their mouth, you can ask them if they want to be hit by it or if they want the corn cob, you know. And, you know, just, you know, you just never know. Sometimes life makes you have to be threatening. Oh, well, how long have we been on here? Man, 54 minutes. That's not that long. Okay, I do have some other stuff I could do. Let me set this guy off to the side. And I'll show you guys one of my experiments. This is supposed to be a Highland cow walking stick, except for the hair. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We'll see. You know, not too bad, not too good. I think the colors are wrong. That's the first thing that it doesn't have going for it. Okay, so I got this piece of cottonwood, and I love carving this cottonwood. It's just fun to carve. I don't know what I'm going to do with it though, so let's do something. Hey, we got ice creams and toilets. Heck yeah. Man, I'm blessed. Okay, guys, I think I'll carve another face in this piece of cottonwood. You know, just with the hope of keeping on going. We can hit 100 likes in an hour and a half, which is what I'd really like to do. It's the Sprite. I need to drink it too. So, cottonwood bark, first thing you got to do, check. Is there any seams? Like this here, that's pretty loose. But the way it blends in there, you go up here, that crack seam, pull it out. And then figure on, you're going to have to work around that because it's not going to be there. In fact, let me take this screwdriver out for a second. I'm going to pop some of that out. And I'll just start on another face. Let's see how it goes. Maybe. That's actually pretty good stuff. Okay, you don't want to fill all the holes in. You want to be able to suck in the dust, right? Okay. Okay. Back to the flame burner. Get in there and you get some serious work done with flame. And I think I'll do that. Go ahead and go to another face here. And we just need 13 more likes. If we can get that, then heck yeah. If we can't, can't. Not going to be a turtle, I can tell you that. Not this piece anyway. I need to make some more fish, honestly. I don't know if I got a piece I could do that with. I got this piece here, but I've been kind of back and forth on what to do with it, you know. I've actually got a lot of cottonwood there. All right. Safety glasses on. Let's see what we can do. Let's try to find my bounds real quick. Okay, that's it.
face out, the basic face out pretty quick. I think it's time to go to the, we'll go to a finer burr. At least that's the plan. Hope you guys like that. That's pretty neat. What are we up to? 96? We got a little bit longer to go to get 100 apparently. I'm gonna have to work harder. I might have to shine your shoes and do some dancing. I don't know. Let's see. But anyhow, 97. All right. Good. Almost 100. That's what we're after. See if we can make this guy pretty happy out with cottonwood bark. And just don't take out long. Not with cottonwood bark. It's so fun to carve. I don't knife carve, but a lot of knife carvers love it. Perry, the carving wizard, he loves it. Forget about the nose. I gotta just start cutting the lip out there. And I think I'm gonna go to that spear for that, to dig that out. And we'll chuck that thing up into this thing and see what we got. See what we got. Heck yeah, 97. We're clear away. Heck yeah. We got some number ones. Hey, baby kisses. We got thumbs up. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Ice cream cones and Chinese lanterns and I don't know, everything else, toilet paper. And, we love it. All right. Heck yeah. Okay. eyeballs. What the heck? Oh yeah. I don't know why. I keep forgetting to shut the stupid thing off. All right, hey, we made it past 100. All right, that's good. That's half the battle right there, isn't it? Okay, so this one right. Yeah, that'll work. Let me use that one. Heck yeah. Hey, appreciate you guys in there doing a drum roll and bleeding too, but being a cheerleader. Hey, I'm gonna go with bigger ones. What the heck? Let's go with bigger ones. Won't give him crazy big eyeballs. What the heck? If I tell you I put them in there crooked on purpose, I'm lying to you, just so you know. Okay. This guy, he's not wearing any age-defying makeup either, so we're gonna go ahead and give him some age spots. Woo, that baby's hot. It does. Well, sometimes I'll grab him out there after I've been doing working on a chainsaw carving about so there you have it. Just another face in the crowd, I guess. I don't know. That's about it, right? Not too bad, not too good. Them eyes and great big eyes make him look a little creepy, and that's cool. So we took. See, some of y'all remember my first attempt at a Bigfoot looked more like some hairy guy from Southern Ohio, which ironically is what people can assume that Bigfoot is, and. A friend of ours took it home and put it on his husband while he was asleep, and he woke up and it freaked him out. He threw it away. It scared him. I thought that was pretty good stuff, you know. Oh, let's see what we got here. Heck yeah. Okay, I'll pull this off here real quick. I thought about going out here, and it's a little early. I still got some time. Hey, baby kisses, Woodchucker, Artie, our Artsy Doodles, Michael S. Superfan. What's going on, buddy? Hey, what's going on, Cheech? Heck yeah, that's what I call grumpy. See, hey, John, good shoemate, Dogmatic Desperado, better than drugs. I got you, my man. Hi, Granny. What's going on? All right. Well, anyway, heck yeah, Michael. I'll show you guys what I got going on. I did not get everything done. What happened, we didn't get home till fairly late, and let me turn this thing off real quick, and I didn't have it in me. What little bit of time I had between when I was planning on live streaming and open the garage door, between a little bit of energy I had where I was planning on live streaming and all that, I was like, hey, I ain't got it. So, you guys supercharged me. Now I can go out here and I could do a little finished work. This is stuff we got that needs something. Everything that's up here, these pumpkins, like this guy here, all he needs is his eyes look whacked out crazy. He looks like he's a psycho bear hiding in a pumpkin. I got to fix that. Make him look a little happier. But all this stuff just needs a little touch-up work and eyes paint and stuff like that. And literally we're down to, we're not going to mess with that bear in a barrel, but we're down to this guy, that piece there, it's a cardinal and a trout. Let me get here and turn the lights on. And still got signal? Yeah, okay, didn't lose it. And I started on this dude. Actually, I almost got it done, honestly. But I've got some finger sanding to do around the morels. And I'm just thinking that, the heck with it, I might as well just start. And,
you know, I get it. It's Sunday night. You guys got to get up and go to work and stuff. Not trying to hold you up or anything. So if you got to go, no big deal. But here's stuff from yesterday, the Brutuses, and then the horse from yesterday. That was a good time. Appreciate it, Michael. Yeah, anyway, let's slip on through here. And I'm going to work on doing some finger sanding to this. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the dolly around so something can hold the camera. And then, you know, I mean, you know, you can enjoy sitting there looking at the nice, cool little bear, you know. We'll see. Well, I'm working on it, and I can understand it. Why ain't anybody watching this? All the guy's doing is using an electric tool and sanding. He ain't really talking to us or nothing. You're like, yeah, I get it, you know. No big deal, right? Okay. Let me go back in there and get my chair real quick. I'll be back. Anybody pops in, tell them we're in Ann Arbor. Okay, all right. Yeah. We don't learn from that. That ain't never been, right? Woohoo! Oh! So my goal is to get this bear where he's ready to paint. And I'm not burning him, I'm painting. But I gotta sand down around the mushroom and get the sanding done before I can do that. And I might as well get my finger sander out and I can work on it a little bit. It's painted, it's, you know, almost done. And I've only got 3 more pieces that, you know, that need a lot of major work other than touch-up paint tomorrow, you know. And I can get everything done that way. And actually, I think that stuff that needs like some white and some black painting, I think Boss Lady's gonna work on that stuff tomorrow. Anyhow, but oh man, I'll tell you, what a day! What a last 2 days, 3 days. What a last 3 days. Uh-oh, I didn't check it. You see any spiders in there? I've been telling y'all, for whatever reason, the brown recluse spiders has just been insane this year. And we had one on our ceiling in our bedroom last night. And we asked it if it wanted us to make a bed for it, and it ran away, so I killed it. It wasn't tame, so I had to kill it. Okay.
that feels pretty good. Just got to blow it out. Yeah. That's one thing you can use the feel word. You know, it's the F word, feel. Share how you feel. Because when it comes to art, it is how you feel. Hey, Lions Fishing Shop. I've been checking you out lately, man. Glad to have you in there. Heck yeah. You're on a lot when I'm at work. So I just hit the lights. Hey, I was wrong. I found a spot up here. I need work too. Let me put that mask back on. We'll get it done, get it done. But I'll be glad with this. I'll be able to paint that dude the base color, and then they won't have anything. The morels is done. The beak is done. Just sand in the overspray and paint the nose, the mouth, and the eyes, and I may clean the ears out, may or may not. I don't know. With the finger sander after the fact. I mean, I suppose you could stuff paper in there and it would help, but I ain't that mad at it. It could be either way. It could be black or it could be cleaned up. You know, something to think about when you're carving, you're doing stuff like this, and you get in these nooks and crannies, and someone says, "Man, how'd you get in that nook and cranny? Man, I bet that took a lot of effort." There's a saying I learned from a captain up on Lake Erie, and it was, "If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with BS." All right, let's get back to work. I'll tell you, I learned so much from old captains on Lake Erie. If there's something crazy you could say, I mean, I've been around enough people, and I mean, I think it kind of shows. You know, sometimes I can't shut up and I say stuff that just doesn't make any sense, and I got it from them guys. Really good teachers up there, and they teach us stuff that what not to say, and of course you're going to say it, stuff like that, you know. Anyway, let's paint this guy. Let's give him some color, make him look more dignified. A little black, not so much of this messed up mangy looking brown that he's got right now. Let's see what we got here. Baby Kisses, Michael S. Woodchucker. And it's Miss Robin Narrow. How's it going, man? If I said that wrong, I probably did. I didn't get to read it very good, but it was something like that. Glad to have it. Okay. Hey, there's some black I already got out. Or that was a brand new can. So let's use this up first. Doesn't make no sense, does it? And I got a piece for trying to keep this off the log. Best I can. Yeah. Sometimes it just, if you're rattle canning it or you're trying to sting it,
you're gonna get. And the guys can airbrush amazingly, but even guys that airbrush will screw up. So whatever. It's gonna look like what it looks like. How about that? It's gonna look like a bear climbing a log. Now, if I painted it pink, it would look like a bear that's supporting breast cancer awareness month, or something like that. But we're not gonna do that, and not because we're trying to downgrade breast cancer awareness or anything like that. Just I don't want a pink bear. I mean, who wants a pink bear? You look out there, you see a cute bear, is the first thing you think of My Little Pony. No, if you want My Little Pony, you'll go and buy a My Little Pony. You know what I mean? And they'd have pink hair and rainbow tail and all this other crazy stuff, that's supposed to have. But the bear's supposed to be black or brown, or sometimes they call him blonde. I don't believe in that. I think these guys are liars, and they, show me a picture of a blonde bear, I'll see somebody who was eating wild mushrooms. Or some good Photoshop. No, there are blonde colored. There's some different colors found in nature from time to time. Or some breeds that are or some, breeds of bears are disposed to having alternate colors running a line. Kind of like deer, you can see in the same family of deer, dark deer and light deer. And yes, deer, all that stuff. Occasionally no deer if you're getting tired of being asked to do stuff. I don't have that often. Boss lady don't ask me to do much. She does ask me to take out the bathroom trash. And that one, I gotta say, makes me mad. And here's why. I don't use the bathroom trash. Like next to never do I put anything in the bathroom trash can. And yet, she got it in her head. It's a man. He's a man. He's the one that's supposed to carry trash. And I'll call chauvinist on that. Yeah. Just because I got hairy legs, don't mean. And hey, if she don't shave, she's got hairy legs. You got to remember that, guys. And, your wife's like, you're the man of the house, and you're the one's all sweaty all the time, and you got to do all the sweaty stuff, And the ladies, not to be disrespectful, that's how you sound, and from a man's perspective. Not that you really sound like that, but, well, yeah, you really sound like that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. But anyway, we'll keep spraying the bear. And, but you guys know, you know what I'm talking about. And you women, too, why? I just think he should take out the trash because he's a man. And, all right, well, I guess that means you should wash the dishes because you're a woman. Right? No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. There's some chauvinist stuff. It's a touche chauvinist moment. If that makes any sense. And then women are like, well, women can't be chauvinists? What are you talking about? I don't know. Maybe they can. I haven't really looked at the definition up. And so maybe they can. Da-da-da. See if I can make it around here without hitting my dolly. He's looking good. I don't care. Look, if Barbara Waters was a bear, maybe that's what she'd look like. I don't know. They all look the same in the animal kingdom. Just the males tend to be a little bigger. That's it. That's the nice thing about deer and elk and stuff like that. You can tell the difference between the male and the females pretty easily. Yeah, looks pretty good. He's got a little touch of overspray on the mouth, but it's nothing I would worry about. Bottom line is I can roll him out there in the pile of stuff that just needs eyes and nose. and the mouth colored, and I might find some touch up stuff, looking at it at a different angle in the daylight, but I think it looks pretty good. And I'm glad I took the time to come out here and knock that out. That's one less thing I got to do tomorrow. And what we got? 114 likes, only 35 people watching it. I don't blame them, especially with all this crazy stuff. Hey, Mrs. June, Mrs. Francis, what's going on? Glad to see you. Last Breath Woodworks, Josh, hello, what's going on, buddy? Heck yeah, Michael sent me happy poop. Hey, Mulus, hey, glad to see you, man. All right, hey, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shove this off to the side, and I think I'll bring, I might as well just bring one of these other pieces. Actually, let me take that off of the cart and set it over here. This other stuff. There's that. And I got this bear with a heart. And it's the first thing I carved with a heart. And yeah, I was kind of thinking about the land's heart challenge thing, you know. But I was also thinking about, well, you ain't gonna beat Creation Dust of making a bear with a heart. He makes the most beautiful hearts bears ever. Not that it's a competition in my mind, I don't really care. But he already does this amazingly. So, you know, I can't really, I could put that in there. You know, I could put it in there. You know, I don't really care. Just say he carved something with a heart. Okay, they never carve anything with a heart, so that's kind of good, I guess. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the burn work on this guy. Might as well. That's what people actually like seeing anyway. Hard to tell you what you're looking at. But it's a bear holding a heart that he carved, sitting on his stump. Looking at him, he's going to need a lot of wood filler. All this wood had white worms in it. this wood had those white worms in it. And it just is what it is. I mean, you know, you're going to have stuff like that. If you get free pine that you hadn't really got to check into it that much, you're going to find that, make the hole, I didn't make the hole big enough on that. But you're going to find that, you're going to find some of the wood's going to have worms in it, or had worms in it, one of the two. And it was about 50-50. Some of it still had worms in it, and some of it you could see where they'd been. I couldn't find any in it. And some of it, I carved it by the time I realized that it had the, actually had active worms in it. I'd already carved it. And so I sprayed WD-40 or brake cleaner is what I used in all the holes. And then some of the holes I went behind that and I experimented with just putting some wood glue in to see how it would fit, and most of it just runs out. So I've been using crack filler. This is a brand new tube, so I run out of the last one. I had to get another one today. I knew I was going to come upon this. So if I get these filled before I quit, then that's one less thing I have to jack with tomorrow, and a lot faster if I get this thing done. And you can make your own. You can make your own wood filler paste with just wood glue and sawdust. But in this case, I was trying to save time. Like, here's a straight line bore hole. Like, would be a that would be a B, bore B. Well, this is falling off. We'll set them over here so I can see the same person. I don't know. I have to quit yet. Yeah, it did. Okay. You don't know how far it's gonna go. I try to put it in there until it stops. You know, there's kind of a crack there anyway. But it does make a difference. I mean, it's, you know, you put that in there, and it'll make the stuff last longer. For one, new bugs can't get in it, and it won't get water down in it and freeze and thaw. And you're going to paint it and seal it after the fact anyway, so. But it's going to look better too. I know I get nervous. I want to buy something and it's all full of holes. Looks like somebody's out there using it for target practice. That's an overcut. There's a big one in the nose. I know that. This is mainly, this one didn't have no living worms still in it. It's mostly on the other side. That's looking pretty good. But that's it. You can, if you want to get rid of them, the best way to do it is to spray, other than burn them to death, is that works really well. But the best way to do it really is to spray chemicals in there, like brake cleaner or something that's on a nozzle, and you can reach back up in there pretty good ways. And they got to come out for air anyway, so it goes pretty good. So this is pretty bad right through here, but honestly, I don't know about this natural. I've always used walnut. I don't know how well this natural will hide once it's sanded, but it looks good. We'll see. Well, it didn't take much. I thought that would take a lot more than that. This one here, you can see where I put glue down in it. And it filled and sealed, apparently. We'll find out when we're sanding it tomorrow, because I got to come back through and sand that to clean the mouth up.
That don't look bad. Same thing here. Might as well just clump that all in. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this tonight because this would have been a lot to try to work around when it wasn't hard. And this stuff gets hard fast. Yeah, I think I got it all. Oh, there's one. There's another board bee here. This wood had 3 just board bee holes. But there we go. That's why I died, right? What did I do with my cat? There it is. Okay. So that guy, he's ready for sanding and painting. And like, you don't do anything with the burn. You clean the muzzle up, clean the heart up, and then the log, I'll clean this particular one. I'll sand it because it's still got some of the outer bark, the outer layer of the bark on it. So I'll sand that one. But then paint it, and you know, not too much. So I should be able to be done with this one in an hour. What eye bit do I got in there? Is that about right? Yep. Well, he's getting his eyes right now too. How about that? Might as well. One less thing I got to do tomorrow. And I got the eyes in this big bear sitting here, this 5-footer. He looks pretty cute. Show you guys what that looks like. Now that it's done. I don't think you can see it from that angle. Yeah, I guess you can somewhat. Yeah, there he is. Not too bad. So by the time we sand this down, give us the nostrils, clean the whole muzzle up, and that stuff will be really hard tomorrow. Sometimes I've noticed it shrinks, but not most of the time. And I think when it does shrink, it's just I didn't do enough work to get it in there good enough. But anyway, hey, Melly Maple. Hey, Frog, what's going on? Yeah, his eyes. You can see him. Hey there, Frog. How you doing? Heck yeah. Hillbilly LASIK. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, yeah, not too bad, not too good, somewhere in the middle. That's right. Michael got it. Heck yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you alone. You know, it's a late night when my beard looks like it's rolling over. Been pretty busy. It was straight earlier. Anyhow, that's what I got. And I will be back tomorrow. And for some reason, I don't make it back on tomorrow. Just don't forget, Creation Dust 777, Wednesday, 2 p.m. And then we'll be back Friday night, even though we're going to be at that show. I have every intention of being in here. What the heck is that box? Hey, Michael, give us something. It was like a Sunday. He sent us a Sunday. Heck yeah. That's what we like, ice cream. Man, that thing was more expensive than normal, too. Hey, Dogmatic. Hey, man, we appreciate you being in there, my man. Heck yeah. Okay, guys, I try to make you laugh whenever I can. But one more time of these Brutus, man. I'm pretty excited about the Brutus. Ray said he was pretty excited about the Brutus. There's like a 1950s Brutus and a horse. So that's the last 3 days, or last 2 days what we've done. But anyway, hey, baby kisses. Appreciate the hearts. Got every intention of being back in tomorrow night, as far as I know, doing something. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, I'll leave y'all alone. Come back when you can stay later, you schmucks.